love, holy love. All right, we are here. One Love Alignment Sunday. Matt, and you gotta stay in the frame, sweetie. I'm telling my videographer husband to stay in the frame.
I'm used to being on the other side.
Yeah. All right, guys, this is One Love Alignment Sunday. Oh, I forgot to get us live over here. Oh, we'll do that in a minute. One Love Alignment Sunday, and we're super excited to just keep growing this together. We're combining our two loves, astrology and sound healing, and both our loves, higher consciousness. So thank you for being here. And yeah, we're going to get started. And Matt's going to start with the astrology.
Let's get the TikTok on too, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll start explaining everything we got. Let's just,
Wait,
there we go.
I have it. I think I might already have it. Do I have it lined up? No, I do not.
Just a moment.
No, you just go, sweetie. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, want to go over, I have a visual aid today. This will hopefully be a little more helpful, keep my self on track a little bit. But this month started just a couple days ago with the full moon in Scorpio. And I want to just first say, May is 2026 has been has been and will be a really pivotal year astrologically. It's honestly, it's pretty intense. And I think that we've all been feeling it. Some people I talk to, it seems like they're not maybe totally conscious of it. What I think happens is that we get so inundated with stuff. We get so bombarded with crazy information that it's not until we slow down for a moment that we actually realize just how insane this time has been right now. And when we look back, and when historians look back at this time, I think they're going to see this was a time when a lot of the changes are going to occur, that we'll really see happening in the next decade. They're going to see that this year, 2026, will be the time that it probably everything started to really make its shift. That said, May is, in some regards, it's a gentler month. It is a month that there's still a lot of things happening. I'm going to go over all of them, but it's kind of like a little bit of a breather. You know, there was February was intense, March was intense, April was very intense, and June, July, and August are also intense. Now, while I say intense, I don't want to fearmonger. I don't want to use that as, or say that in a way that makes us feel like it's something to be scared of. With big forces of change also come a lot of opportunity for growth, opportunity for, looking at it in just from a standpoint of financial gains, let's say, in times of tumult, that's usually the time that investors will buy in stocks and reap great rewards because of it. So that's just one example. We mostly talk about it from a standpoint of there's a great time for healing during all of this. So May is an opportunity to catch your breath. And even though there's a couple things coming up that are potentially really, really pivotal, potentially dramatic, and I'll stop saying what we're saying. I'm trying to, okay, so let's get to it. Full moon in Scorpio was a couple days ago. This probably was a time you may have felt some truths coming to light and possibly things that are a bit uncomfortable. A full moon, just try to get your perspective on it. A full moon is an opposition in the zodiac when there are harmonious aspects that work well with each other. There's an aspect of conjunction, which can be harmonious, can be difficult. It just means the two energies are perfectly fused. But when things are an opposite of each other, that's a tension point. It's a tug of war. The full moon is the sun and moon in opposition to each other. So often we think of full moons as like, oh, it's like this time of like reflection and celebration. It is that, absolutely. But it's also a tension between the energies. And so the moon was in Scorpio, wants to dig up the truth. It wants raw intimacy. It wants to discover what's underneath. And the sun in Taurus wants stability, patience, and has a focus on wealth and luxury. So when they go on opposites of each other, there's a tension. There's a bit of a conflict with our feelings wanting truth against the motivation of security, of stability. And what that can bring up for everybody in that the phase of time, as we're still feeling it now, is there may be some things coming up that make you want to fight against what is most stable for you. Your desire to slow down. Another part of you is also wanting to drive toward what is real. Yeah.
Okay, so is that synonymous to like, don't get too comfortable?
Yeah.
And so we have these two opposing forces, one that's saying, I just want stability and comfort, and your soul being like, let's just stir things up. I want you to go for this. And so you have this. So, all right. So this month's kind of like, let's question getting too comfortable.
Yeah.
Right. That is the like metaphysical question. Just like, am I getting too comfortable? And a really good example of this for me was I had this beautiful home in Boulder County, Colorado. Our home was beautiful. We had renovated it. And all of a sudden I started getting too comfortable and I didn't want to be there anymore. And we sold it. And every once in a while I think about that home and I'm like, I'd love to be there. And then I'm like, no, we are on our next journey and it's not super comfortable. I'm getting like more and more opportunities to trust and have faith, and I am growing in my awakening and ascension energies, and I had to get out of that house that we were there for 20 years, 22 years. And so, May is asking us to, where are you just getting a little too comfortable and your soul's like, go do something. And you can feel it. You can feel it because it's going to feel like, I just have I have this beautiful home and I should be so grateful. I should just stay here. It's secure and it's beautiful. And I have friends and community. Everything's just great. And I'm so comfortable. But something doesn't feel right. I don't want to be here. There's going to be that contrast. And I think maybe May is going to help us uncover that.
Yeah. And the other thing with it too is that like the thing with May that I don't think I pointed this out yet is that and catch me if I start to repeat myself too much because I'll forget. May, like last month, May has nearly every planet is moving direct. And we normally always have a few things that are retrograde. Now, Pluto will go retrograde in a couple of days. It's an outer planet and it does that, or a dwarf planet. And it does that for a long duration of time. And it's kind of like a no big deal retrograde. But when everything else is retrograde, think of that as all of the movement, all of the energy is moving forward. And so when we can navigate some of these little complexities, these tension points, well, the energy is all behind you to make use of whatever is coming up for you. Okay. With that, I don't know if we can see, everybody can see this. So we have full moon May 1st, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Mars
Tomorrow.
is square Jupiter. That is tomorrow. Yeah, today's
Yep.
the 3rd. With Lilith, and gets conjunct the moon for a few hours. That will be trine Mars. What this means, squares are normally a tension point. They can be a bit conflictive, but when things are in square with Jupiter, typically it can be a good thing. Jupiter is abundance and luck and faith, and Mars is drive, and Mars is in Aries, independence, courage, individuality, and it will for a little bit square with Jupiter in Cancer, foundations, sensitivity, home. That I think is going to be a day of, that's like manifestation day.
So tomorrow is a manifestation day. Hey, Pia.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, May 4th, manifesting day. So what can we be, know, and do to really access the potential of that day?
Yeah. And it's going to be something that will benefit bold action. And with the Lilith and the moon, moon representing your draws on all of your emotions. The Lilith is drawing on your rebellion, your they call it like the wild feminine energy. It's Lilith. To give context, Lilith was the first wife of Adam in the mythology, and Lilith was asked to be subservient to Adam, and she said, "Fuck that! I'm not going to be subservient. I'm an equal." And so she got kicked out of Eden, and so her energy is rebellion at the cost of being true to the self. All of that in
the self, the one love self, or the personalized ego self.
That is, I think, maybe up for each person to feel. So it can manifest as very much ego, but it can also manifest as what is really true right now. And
so this works really well with the other thing you're just talking about, the comfort versus like go for something. So will we be bold and brave enough tomorrow to look at where we're a little too comfortable and where the soul's like, manifest this. It's going to make you totally uncomfortable, but it's going to wake you up. And so I'm feeling like this is kind of like a neat little package here. Like tomorrow's the 4th. Will you be bold and brave enough to manifest something that's going to be out of your comfort zone? Like we just did, selling our house of 20 years, and we're trying to make it to Spain with a few little family hurdles, but we're like trying to trust the process. But it's uncomfortable, but so exciting. And we feel like it's part of our whole expansion of our souls. So tomorrow's the day to be bold with your manifesting.
And the moon and Lilith at that time, tomorrow, will be in Sagittarius, the sign of freedom, adventure. It is the traditional ruler of the 9th house of foreign cultures. It goes along very well with what we're looking at, but it can also be broader perspective. It can be, so like thinking about this, the bold actions of Mars with Jupiter, but then Mars pulling in this energy of the moon and Lilith in Sagittarius says, yeah, like take bold action, but does it flow well with your whether it's philosophical or anything that broadens your perspective? Does it flow well with your own true sense of freedom and bigger picture thinking?
Okay.
So, okay, then we're ready for the next.
So particularly, tomorrow, who is this going to affect the most? Which signs?
This will mostly it's going to be, cardinal signs and fire signs. So Aries above all, and then Cancer, and also Capricorn and Libra. And then Leo, not as much as a fire sign, but Sagittarius for sure.
Okay, so if you're one of those sun signs or one of the I guess maybe the top 3 signs.
If your rising or your sun or your moon is particularly in Aries or Cancer or in Sagittarius, this is something that you will be really feeling a lot. To go a little deeper, if your North Node or if your Mars is in either of those signs,
Okay.
you're really going to be. This is going to be something that's really hitting home with you.
Okay, so be bold and brave tomorrow. Follow your soul's calling,
Mhm.
and let it be in alignment with your broader perspective, your spiritual sense. Your right. So if it's out of that perspective, you're gonna feel misaligned, and that's why we're here today, to align, to your soul's greatest purpose, mission, the one love frequencies. And we're trying to get you guys ready for the month to stay in that one love consciousness and be bold and brave to your next awakening step.
Mhm.
And for those of you that Matt just said those signs, tomorrow's a big day for you. Be bold, manifest out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mercury.
Okay, so I'll touch on these next
Mercury.
couple a little bit quickly.
Okay.
The 5th, Mercury squares Pluto. Mercury is going in Taurus, squaring Pluto, Pluto in Aquarius. This is a time there may be, for those couple of days, Mercury fortunately moves pretty fast, but this is like probing the deeper truths. There's going to be a little bit of, it is a square, so it's a tension point. But this may be a day of some communications may break down a little bit. More than anything, people are going to be wanting to really know the truth. And even though this is a fast one, and I have like 2 pages of this, of transits, I wanted to try to sum up a lot of this, but I feel like this one's important because there's a theme of communication this whole month, and a few things that I think are going to happen this month that are some real major breakthroughs and possible rebellious things that happen around communication. We'll cut here to the 10th.
Can I pause?
Oh, sure.
Because whenever we hear anything about communicating, I mean, we relate to our awakening journey through relationships and how we communicate with each other, which we can feel inspired and enlightened by each other, or we can really bump heads and get triggered and stuff like that. And so usually communication is what creates that trigger. So this day of challenge communication or deeper depths of communication, just be aware of the triggers in communicating. It's so important to let this be a moment of awareness. Triggers are a blessing. Let them be the blessing. If you go to the trigger without awareness, then maybe an hour later or a day later, go back to the trigger and see the awareness, acknowledge what it truly is, the truth of it. Why are you having communication problems? Why is this triggered? Most likely it's something that's still active in the psyche that wants to be seen and heard process from between 7 years old and below. So this is a great moment on Tuesday, May 5th, to be aware of those blessings of triggers in communication styles and go deeper with them. But if you do miss it, it's okay. You can go the next day or the next day and just go back to it, right? The miracle moment, they say in the Course of Miracles, is, sometimes we get better and better. We can do it right at the moment of the trigger. But if not, let's go out a few days, remember it, and we can work at it at that point too. It's just the most important thing is the awareness of it at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also knowing that in a couple days, things shift and you get a little, either you have something that adds a new level of problems for you, you mix the old ones, not such a big deal, or it shifts the energy and it gives you a little reprieve. So if you, but hopefully it's an opportunity, like you're saying, like a chance to look at it. And that's actually something that this Mercury square Pluto doesn't have to be communication with other people. It can be something in yourself. You may be feeling like, because there's Mercury represents the communication, and it doesn't have to represent communication with another. It can represent like what you tell yourself.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And when it squares Pluto, this may be a moment where you're not willing to settle for the story you told yourself anymore.
And interestingly enough, sweetie, isn't like every relationship really just a voice of our inner self?
Hey, just a reflection. All right. Okay, so these next few all sort of work together. We have on the 10th, Sun sextile Jupiter. Then on the 12th, Mercury sextile Jupiter. And then on the 14th, Mercury conjunct Sun.
Mercury's doing a lot of wiggling, huh?
There's a lot of movement with Mercury and a lot of movement with Jupiter. So a lot of communication and a lot of faith and abundance and big picture stuff. So when the Sun sextiles Jupiter, it's a harmonious aspect, but it's a harmonious aspect that sometimes you have to kind of work for a little bit. A trine up here where the moon trines Mars, that's like it just flows naturally. But a sextile means that there's benefit there. There's no tension, but it means that it doesn't come super easily. But when the Sun sextiles Jupiter, that is optimistic, just optimism in general. The Sun will be in Taurus, so it's optimism in practicality. It may be a time where you're just feeling good about making investments, or you're feeling good about things that are stable in your life, or things that require patience and long-term stuff.
Okay, that's Mother's Day.
That is Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. So it looks like moms, we get a little break that day of feeling good.
Yeah, right. In a day that maybe you what would you do for your mom on a day like this? Like, I don't know if she's someone who would value you buying her a stock or something, but but maybe you just honor the patience and hard work that a mother goes through.
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah, whether they were great at it or not, there is some aspect that she had to probably do that.
Yeah.
And then when it follows Mercury sextile Jupiter, this is how did I write it? Oh, big picture thinking. Yeah, just so when you go from the Sun sextile is feeling motivated with optimism, Mercury sextile Jupiter follows right after that. This is where your thinking starts to, and it's in Taurus, so it's still about practicality. I imagine stock market is going to do pretty well for a few days here.
Okay, 10th to 14th.
Yeah.
They got astrology lined up for some good stock market, maybe.
Or people are just going to be buying a lot. I don't know. Maybe it's, I'm not sure how it works. I don't really play stock market much, but it is a time that, people are going to be thinking a lot about what is going to be good for them long term.
The coolest way to use like information like this is that, put these dates down. Take notes right now, the 10th, 12th, and 14th, because if those days you feel like something came into your field about a stock, or something came into your field for an opportunity to be like more patient, or like appreciating someone, like you'll know that, oh, this was the day. And you'll see how it's coming into your field. Oh, this is a good day to say yes. Tune into your inner knowing. And then you feel and from what we're saying here that the astrology's lined up with it, and it might be a full day yes for for those choices. So that's how I like to use it. Like a lot of times I'm like asking him like, what's going on today? And because I'm feeling this energy and I'm feeling like I need to take a break or something. And he'll be like, no, you're right on. You're feeling that energy. And it just gives me even a little bit more validation to have a little bit more gentle of a day.
Yeah.
Because I'm feeling it. My awareness is there. Then I get the validation from the astrology and be like, okay, I'm going to take it easy today. So I don't know. I like that. I like that validation for me.
No, totally. Yeah. And then also knowing that there's these windows of time where you're naturally probably going to be feeling some, again, like this is a time of thinking about practicality, Taurus themes.
Mhm.
Maybe this is a great day to either start dating someone or start a business or something that might be about investing in your life in some way.
Oh, investing in your life. That's yeah.
Yeah. And again,
And that could be lots of different ways.
it's different again for each
Yeah.
person's. I was just telling a friend about a couple of transits he has, and I was just noticing that around one of these days, which was supposed to be really good, it's actually hitting pretty hard on a few aspects in his own chart. And I was like, just so you know, actually, it's the new moon, which I'll get on the next side of the board. New moon is a really great new moon, but for this person in particular, I was like, it's great, but it's also conflicting with a couple things in your chart. So that always happens too. But I think it's really important to look at the general ones, because what you're seeing is what you're going to be feeling and what the rest of the world is feeling in general. It's kind of an underlying theme or
Yeah.
underlying, what do you want to call it?
Yeah.
The foundational energy.
Yeah, and this foundational energy I find so helpful to stay in harmony with the collective. So if we know these energies and these are the energies that the collective is starting to feel together, then we know how to interact with people.
Yeah, totally.
And we're staying in harmony together. Super important. So, guys, Matt's doing the general rundown, but if you guys do want your specific signs looked at for May, Matt does do private. So just get in touch with us one way in our DMs.
I want to talk about middle of the month, new moon in Taurus. Sorry for these. I don't know how loud those are. And the new moon,
Taurus, the 16th.
16th, conjunct Mercury. This is any new moon is a kind of a blank slate time. It's time when the moon fuses its energy with the sun. The motivations, the vitality of the sun that we're feeling, the emotional security and nurturing of the moon all come together. These are always great times to be putting some intentions, planting your seeds for the next cycle of what the moon will be doing. It's a great time to be making intentions, like writing down what is it you want. When it's in Taurus, it's even more about like things that bring stability in life. The fact that it's joining up with Mercury means that it's bringing in all of your mental faculty as well with all of this. So this is like the best time to put it into words, like sit there, write out things. We all manifest in different ways, but or ways that are more natural to us. But this time particularly is great for bringing the intellect into it.
So get wordy.
Get wordy. And Mars will be conjunct Chiron in Aries. And Chiron has been in Aries for a long time now. This is the wounds around individuality, around personal drive that the world has been feeling for the last year and a half or so. And when Mars goes through that, it's just bringing even more intensity to that. It's like a drive. There's a strong drive for healing that day. Chiron isn't just the wounds, but it's about healing the wounds. So on this day, there's a lot that's going to be going on. We're all maybe feeling like intellectually considering what it is that we want to have changed. And at the same time, we're also feeling a really strong drive to heal our own individuality, our own expression of courage. I think of Chiron in Aries is like the fear to stand out, to be seen apart from the rest of the group, seen for whoever you are. And so there's a lot that's going on this day. I think that a lot of stuff could be coming up, but it is a great day to anything that is coming up around personal healing, go with that. And also think about how does that relate to what you really want to be bringing in for your life, because every time there's a new moon, that taps into a pattern that lasts for 6 months to sometimes a year and a half, for when you have that next new moon around this time.
So you're saying this is about fear of being seen?
Fear, it's a Mars conjunct Chiron is there's going to be feeling a drive to deal with that healing.
Okay.
You're going to want to, like, I think a lot of people, anyone who's been feeling this personally, we both have Chiron in Aries. For me, it's in my first house. It's very much, I will go through that like pain of being seen, or being not just being seen, but being singled out. And that is a thing that the whole world will be feeling that, and they're going to be feeling a drive to deal with it.
Wow, it's going to be an intense day, though, if you think about that. Think of it that way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be, but fortunately, it's a healing thing. It's a very healing thing. But
but healing is shadow work intense.
Yeah, right.
It's a healing thing, but shadow work healing is intense. So this day could get really intense for some people. So be patient with yourself and others.
Yeah, because then it gets followed by now. Just to point out here, to the few of you here, just so you know, when I said, like, here's the 16th and here's the 17th, these energies don't just stop this day.
They bleed in before and after.
Yeah, there's a few days coming up. Some of us, like Rebecca, will feel this like a few days in advance, no matter what. Some people feel it a few days after. It's fine. It doesn't mean anything. It just, I think my theory is that it depends a bit on what phase of moon you were born under, actually, can relate to where you actually start to feel things. I feel things more right at the time. But no matter what, you're going to be feeling it still. But when the 17th comes, these energies are still happening, but this is a big day. Mercury conjunct Uranus. This is a day of, in Gemini. The fact that Uranus is in Gemini right now is, the last few times Uranus has been in Gemini has been major wars for America. So it's a time that, it's going to be there for a while. And so everyone's kind of on their toes, sort of, in the edges of their seat, watching what is going to happen. When Mercury goes conjunct this isn't like a conflictive time or anything, but it is a time where I think some big breakthroughs in communication. Now, we might be feeling this on a personal level of wanting to have greater clarity, or not wanting to, but we'll just feel greater clarity in what we think. I think that it's also going to be, there's going to be some kind of big announcements in, like, AI, internet, or whatever it is, somehow, some ways that we rely on the infrastructure of communication. I think it's going to get jarred around this time. Some kind of, it could be a mix of things that are very exciting, and it could be some things that might be feeling a little bit, I don't know, not necessarily terrible, not bad even, just, just some of it just comes with a lot of price tags that I don't know that we're always wanting to keep paying.
Yeah.
So, but that happens. And then a few days later, the sun will have moved into Gemini, and it will be conjunct Uranus. This is going to be at, did I write it down? At 0 or 1 degree. No, I don't know. But even more so than Mercury going conjunct Uranus, the sun conjunct Uranus is probably even a bigger time of expecting the unexpected, sort of thing. I think this is
expecting the unexpected. We are going to be in Vermont that day.
Okay. We'll be done flying already.
It'll be Friday. It'll be our play day.
Okay. So it's I think it can be exciting, it can be fun. It's in Gemini, it's in the sign of communication, messaging, but also duality. So I don't know. I would just say,
so expect the unexpected. Like, to me, that feels a little
Exciting.
uncomfortable.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
But it could also be exciting. So if we stay in alignment, that's why I love these Sundays, is like, let's mark this day, the
Mhm.
22nd. Your meditation, your personal practice in the morning is going to be super important, because
Mhm.
if you're expecting the unexpected, we want that aligned with ease and joy and grace and abundance and glory, right? So, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
So, if like
Yeah. So.
attracts like on a day
Mm.
where expect the unexpected, we want it to be from the highest vibration.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Right. So being prepared for whatever may come,
Yeah.
and if you like
Through
a
vibration, through vibrational alignment.
right,
Through, yeah.
because if your reticulating activating system, which is
Yeah.
always going on anyways, is
The RAS.
yeah, if it's prone to a problem, then the unexpected might be bigger problems showing up. But if it's prepared for some really great things, I mean, it's unexpected. So whatever it is, could be bad, could be good, but it's also
Yeah.
it's
Do
like
you want
that.
the unexpected in the 3D drama, or do you want the unexpected to happen in the 5D love and light? I mean,
Yeah. And
huh?
also, what is Gemini? Where does Gemini sit in your own chart? For me, it's about. Well, it's interesting. I'll be around my siblings on that day. It
Ah,
represents third house siblings, but also communication.
ah.
But for you, it's about like your ninth house of broader perspective. So who knows? Who knows what? And for
It'll be interesting. Okay, let's do a quick thing.
Mhm.
Where does anyone know where their Gemini is?
what I guess depending on what your
What house is your Gemini in, right? Am I saying
yeah,
that
what
right?
house is your Gemini in? If you're not sure, at least say what rising sign you are. I can tell you based on most astrologers go by Placidus system, which it can change a little bit. I really just work with whole house, so it's or whole
So,
sign, so it's a little easier.
so rising? You
So
said?
whatever your rising sign is,
Okay, if someone wants to
could
play in
tell
the
you where your
comments,
your
just
Gemini
put
is.
what your, okay, we got here. Oh, P.S. Sun in Gemini, Aries rising.
Oh, you're an Aries rising. So same as me, you have Sun in your third house of your. So that's interesting. Yeah. So Gemini is in your third house of communication, of how you. Your third house is they say it's a house of siblings as well, which I think is what it is. You think of it like as an evolving consciousness. First house is being born. Uh, by third house is where you're actually starting to communicate, and usually, if you have siblings, that's part of your growing communication. You're so it can be like short travel, your neighborhoods, things around you. It's things that are familiar. It's early learning. But more than anything, third house, yeah, is just communication, easy communication, not complicated things. Um, so in that, a um, the conjunctions, Mercury and then the Sun in Uranus in Gemini, having breakthroughs around this. It may be breakthroughs in things that you're learning, but more than anything, it's probably just breakthroughs in what is coming naturally to you in how you communicate.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Okay.
The
This
25th and
is
26th. Okay.
these last couple are pretty big days. 25th and 26th. We have, I don't know if you can see, everyone can see this. We have Mars in Taurus squaring with Pluto. That alone is
And you said squaring means tension.
tension.
Okay.
So these are two, Pluto and Mars. Mars rules Aries, rules Scorpio. Pluto is like the co-ruler of Scorpio. They are both energies of drive and ambition, but they work it in different ways. Mars in Taurus at that time, Mars doesn't really like to be in Taurus. Taurus is an earth grounded, slow moving sign. Mars wants ambition, it wants fire, it wants to move. Um, In Taurus, it's restless. The best way I can think of Mars in Taurus is stubbornness, bullheaded energy. And when it gets in a tension point with Pluto, which is in Aquarius, it is bullheaded energy fighting with like the collective change. There is a drive for change that we're all experiencing right now with Pluto in Aquarius. It's going to be there for a long time, like 20 years about. Um, but when Mars goes and squares off with it, there's potential for feeling a lot of combativeness with wanting to slow things down versus wanting to make things change. And
That's kind of the theme of this whole month.
well, it is,
Yeah.
because with all this stuff then going on in Uranus, all this like technological breakthrough
Yeah.
in communication, breakthrough with these changes, and all of a sudden Mars comes in here, and it's just like there's a tension in the world with like, just stop it for a second.
Hmm.
And depending on how this manifests for you personally, you might feel more the Mars part, you might feel more the Pluto part. No matter what, you're going to be feeling both. I wrote these other ones down because there's sort of a caveat to this Mars square Pluto. There's this tension that could be coming up. I don't know if this Mars square Pluto in general is like a transit of global conflict, war spiking. When the Sun trines Pluto, this is at the same time is like an ease of things. It is a little more seeing the qualities of the collective change, the changes that Pluto is bringing to Aquarius. So while there's a tension point, there's also something that is, let's kind of seeing a broader picture, or seeing a little more ease in what's going on.
I love this.
Okay?
I love this because it goes with the theme that I always like to talk about is, what are we seeing in the astrology energies of a month, and how do we stay aligned with our soul, with the fractal of the one love that we are? How do we stay in one love? And so we have this tension, but then we have the Sun trine Pluto that says, oh, use this as a moment to still see the broader perspective, the love perspective. So if we feel the tensions of Mars square Pluto on the 25th, know that the Sun is giving you some energy to see the divine order of it, to see the fractals of the one love consciousness in it all. It's an opportunity. So this tension point is an opportunity to broaden our perspective, and the Sun trine Pluto is going to remind us of that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to add to that then is this final thing, which is the Sun squaring the nodes. Now, the nodes right now, the south node, the nodes. The south node for a while now has been in Virgo. The north node has been in Pisces. This represents that there is a collective growth point from servitude of Virgo to broader spirituality of Pisces. This is something I think the world is feeling right now, feeling less. Not that Virgo is always servitude, but it is that. It is of just getting into the details of the day-to-day versus the bigger picture of what are we doing for consciousness. When the Sun gets in a conflictive point with that, it's like there's a pivotal moment of bringing attention to both of them, to this axis of it. So as we have Mars squaring off with Pluto, bullheadedness against the bigger change, the Sun in Gemini bringing communication and messaging starts to flow also with that change. We also have the Sun squaring off with this, meaning there is a point of a teeter. They call it a T-square. It's a bit of a drive toward like, where does this axis point? Where do we want to stand on this axis of being diligent with the day-to-day service versus the the little bit more nebulous but more spiritual uh, dimensions of ourself. This to me is hard to keep in my mind all together at once. I
Mhm.
don't know if you have thoughts about this more. Like you were starting to explain it, I think, in a way that does. But
I feel this one I got a little lost.
it's the sun square the
Yeah.
nodes. Yeah. So if we think about it, like it is, there is a pivotal moment for a few days
Mhm.
that drives a tension between this past of service that we're all feeling of being of service to things, being, yeah, just being of service to stuff, let's
Okay.
just say that, versus our own spirituality. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So that's an interesting theme. When we feel like we have to be of service, but how many times have we abandoned ourselves to be of service? And how many times have we not put ourselves into the equation of our lives in honor of being of service? So I don't know
Mm,
if this has to do with that, but it kind of clicked into it's really important to put yourself in the equation of your life when you are wanting to be of service. Like right now, I'm in my business is a ministry. Your
mhm,
business is a ministry. We're of service to people, but we have to be of service to ourselves first. You know, it's just that quintessential. You know, fill your own cup first.
mhm.
It's super important. And so when I think of this idea of service and self, um, they should never be um, not including each other.
Yeah, right. And so, with that access point that the world is going under, or is being influenced by right now, which is the South Node, meaning the past is feeling just the service for the sake of service, doing the work and just not just being of service to others, but being of service to yourself. Just going, but being diligent about all the little things that you got to do.
Okay.
Virgo energy, like they talk about it being like
Oh yeah.
anal, at
Mm-hmm.
times, because it's the one who has to like make sure everything is just right. Against Pisces, which is who cares? Dot the T's, cross the I's, who cares? Like it's just like let's just all let it all hang out and feel the truth of something. And um and that's the kind of tension point that I feel like maybe we're feeling. And I find it interesting that it follows after all of this all this Mercury stuff, all this Gemini stuff, which is all like communication and intellect and thinking about how things need to be. And then near the end, we have the sun squaring off with this, being like, okay, where are you going to land on this? And in the past, in the past life, or in the comfort, which is the South Node,
I also just got something else.
you
This
know.
idea of servitude.
Hmm.
This is really important too because where have we been locked in to servitude, being a servant to the collective, being a servant to something or someone. And it's almost like you're locked down, you're locked into service out of servitude, not out of genuine heart
Mm,
and 5D um, energies. Does
mm,
that make sense? So,
hmm,
this idea of servitude, I don't know, again, it just kind of popped in.
hmm,
There's just like, you need to say this. You need to know the difference this month of servitude and being of service from 5D.
hmm,
Servitude is like 3D, being a locked in. You do not have personal freedom. Things are out of obligation, responsibility. Things are out of an old paradigm that need to change because the energies of servitude in that way are not of the 5D reality.
yeah.
And you cannot be in one love Christ consciousness, one love consciousness from from an obligation and fear almost too. It's just like, it's from that old way of like the Old Testament God of like, I better be nice to my neighbor or I'm going to get struck down by God kind of thing.
Yeah,
And
right.
that's servitude, right? That's obligation, that's responsibility, that's coming from fear based service as opposed to um, serving yourself through helping others. Like we're all one. So it's a whole different shift in paradigm and how you're of service. And
Yeah,
maybe that's what this is
I
all
think
asking of
so.
us.
And I think, as
Yeah.
someone wrote here, is like the difference between serving from the heart and serving from obligation. And I think,
Yep.
yeah, I think that's very much
And
it. Like,
Andrea, thank you.
yeah,
It's my word lady here, my
yeah,
word friend.
right.
She always simplifies my overwords.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
yes, exactly it, Andrea. Thank you.
And so, and when the sun, add another little layer to this here, when the sun adds attention to this access point, the sun will be in Gemini, the sign of communication, of duality as well, which I think is really interesting, because it all of a sudden there's an energy of get clear. This is communication. Make sense of something, but also see both sides. And when the sun gets in a tension point with the nodes, which are in constant opposition of each other, there may be a time, I wonder if on this day, while we're all feeling the Mars square Pluto uh, conflict, the sun trine Pluto, making sense of things, we're also going to be feeling kind of like, I feel both of this at once. I feel like I want to be of service to things in life and deal with all the details. And also, I just want to like stop and meditate and draw all day long.
Do both if
You may,
it feels good.
it might be a perfect time to, if you feel that tension, to actually go ahead and make room for both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because again, that Gemini, that it's the twins, it's the feeling both sides of something at once.
And let me tell you, since I'm a twin, it's really important to honor both twins.
Yeah, right.
Both twins want to be honored. They
Yeah.
want to be seen for who and what they are. So honor both
Okay.
that day.
Then we get to the last thing here at the very end of the month. So May has 3 lunations. Normally we have 2, meaning lunations, meaning a new moon and a full moon. We start the month off with a full moon, have a new moon, and then another full moon at the very end of the month. It doesn't. It happens. I actually don't know how often it happens, but it's not that common.
Is it called a blue moon when there's two full moons in one?
Maybe it is.
I think
forget
is
what
that
is.
Does
Maybe
anyone
Andrea
know?
will
Is that a
one.
called a blue moon when there's 2 full moons in 1 month? Anyway, I think it is. It's called some kind of moon.
But and every moon is called something too, which is weird. Like they all have some special name. But this one's in Sagittarius. So after we've been dealing with all of this Taurus energy all throughout the whole month, there's a lot going on in Taurus, and then a lot going on in Gemini. But there's a lot of, we've had the full moon a couple days ago, then with a new moon, all in Taurus, all in practical, earthly, stability, things about, what is tied to your wealth, your luxury, your and slowing things down. Then it moves into this Gemini time when the moon will go into Sagittarius and pull in the emotions into what is free about all of this. Where do I feel my freedom? Where do I feel my big picture thinking? I think it's a nice way to wrap up this month.
Yeah, I was just feeling that. Yeah.
And there's something I want to add to this. I had to write this one down because there's no way I was going to remember it. Every degree of any planet in any sign has something associated with it called a Sabian symbol. The Sabian symbol for the full moon in Sagittarius is this: a mother leads her small child step by step up a steep stairway. What that means, what I believe it means, is that this is a conscious effort wrote it down here, a conscious effort to climb out of lower instinctual existence into higher consciousness.
And it sounds like you're being led.
Being led. But mother leads her small child, so this is happening for you individually. So this doesn't necessarily mean your mother or you as a mother. It means you as your own nurturing guidance.
Yeah. And it sounds like there's guidance there. We will be led step by step. So is it a good day to meditate on that day?
A great day to meditate.
Yeah,
a great day for feeling the where are you feeling the all the stuff that has come up, especially those few days before, of that weird access of like, where am I being of like service to like the sake of work versus my own spirituality, and know that a few days later we have this full moon. It's a time to relax, release, howl the moon if you want. Like, that's why people go and celebrate. It's like an act of just letting it go.
Yeah.
And celebrating in whatever has come to fruition over those last couple of weeks since the previous new moon.
Yeah.
But this is also one where it's that feeling of like, you are trust that you're being guided.
Yes, you are being guided. So on the 31st, that blue moon, definitely before you go into full moon celebration, meditate that day to really see what is holding your hand, what is guiding you. That's going to be important. Write it down, like which part of you is guiding you. Let your higher self, let that divine self just take you hold of your hand. And we do that through meditation, mantra, just that solitude that acts as a foundation for acting whatever the day wants to act on a full moon, right? Which was more celebration, maybe drumming, dancing, whatever. Take the solitude first and grab the hand of your guidance. Well, thank you. That was amazing. So guys, if you found value in that, we accept love offerings, donations. Feel free to do that. Just a little, we're going to transition into the sound activation, but just to let you know, we come live with this One Love Alignment Sunday every first Sunday of the month. At 5 p.m. for now. When we move, we'll might have to change that.
Yeah, right.
But for now, this is what we're doing. We're calling it a podcast, and just mark it on your calendars. It's basically a free event. We're just, if you want to do a love offering, that's great too. We'd love if you find this helpful, we'll take a love offering. All right, guys, we're going to transition now into the sound activation. We're going to take all that awareness that we just gleaned from the astrology, and we are going to take a moment to activate that one love consciousness so that we can be fueled by this moment all through the month, right? There's so many juicy, chock-full moments that we can really manifest some amazing things this month. But if we are in a lower field, in the 3D field, there are some times during May that we could experience some things that might not be that great to experience. But of course, we'll turn it around. Anything that doesn't feel that good, we'll turn it around into shadow work, and we'll see what it's reflecting to us to grow from. But depending on where you are with your path. So why don't you get comfy?
Yeah, I'll help you get
and
up here.
Get comfortable, guys. We're going to end this with a sound bath. I've got a C frequency and an F frequency. That is the heart and the root we're playing with today. The heart and the root. I'm bringing my bowls here. Righty. A little bit of that. Okay, guys. Before I start, it's so important especially with these bowls and to tune into the energies that be, to set space. We're going to set space, and we're also I'm going to take intentions. So if you want to put in the comments the intentions, What was brought up for you as Matt was talking about all the astrology? What would you like a little support with? What would you like some support with releasing? Or what would you like support with like, yes, add more of that to my life, right? And so just put these intentions into the comments. And I'm just going to set some space. Each fractal of each one of us that's here and each one that's watching the replay, we have gratitude, the fractal of one love that we are together. Together we rise. We see each other as whole. We see each other as love. We see each other as peace. And we are one love consciousness together. We ask for the highest good with this sound activation, that only our highest guides and highest selves work with us right here, right now, for the highest good. May it be so. May we be surrounded by one love consciousness and love. Greater clarity. Okay, Andrea says, greater clarity feels like a perfect intention for me right now. May it be so. Greater clarity. Anyone else? Anyone else have a request? All right, greater clarity is our intention. Yeah. So there's times here, let's see, any gracious greetings, Aquarius. Okay, guys. I'm gonna wait a few more moments. Anyone else have an intention they want to put into the field here? Okay. Well, I love that. And so our intention here with the sound activation for May energies is greater clarity. May we have the greater clarity that we feel and know the guidance that comes to us every day to navigate these May energies with ease and joy and grace. Take a deep breath in. Let it all out. Let your body relax. Allow yourself to be present right here, right now, on this first Sunday, May 3rd, 2026. You are a fractal of the one. You are the one. Each of us adding our own flavor, our own interesting self to the whole. We are one love consciousness, tuning in to the clarity of guidance that we have for each of our individual lives. You are rooted and grounded in love. Let this moment mark the vibration that you can access every day of this month. Bring your awareness now deep into your psyche, your subconscious psyche, going deeper and deeper into the field of the subconscious, the unconscious. Bring the light of awareness there and acknowledge. Acknowledge what you see. Acknowledge what you feel. Acknowledge what you know. And now bring that out in front of you into a ball of light. Let that psyche be washed by the light of your highest self. The clouds are lightening, the clouds are moving. The sun of the soul of the highest divine self that you are is moving forward. You have that divine guidance at your disposal. You know it. You are it. Let May be the month that you step into the knowing field each day, having clarity of guidance, clarity of intention, clarity of knowing. beautiful beings. Hold just the silence with the vibration we created together through the sounds, through the intentions, through the divine. Feel the presence of that in the field. Feel it, know it, allow it. Remember it. Remember this calm. Remember this space, this vibration for the rest of the month. Whether you're here with us now or on replay. I hope this hour, 75 minutes, really informed you for May, got you aligned for the best month forward. If you found value in this, if you feel moved, we accept donations, love offerings. You can see that pinned right there. Over here, it's over on my Venmo's over on the bio link. Guys, the replay is going to be over here on YT. So that's always over there if you want to get this replay for any dates or just to hear the sound again. We do this every first Sunday of the month. So join us, put it on your calendar, join us every first Sunday of the month. One love alignment. And the idea is to study the energies of the month and come to those energies in that one love consciousness. Our astrology is the path and the map to our awakening. And so how we respond to those energies is our awakening path. Are we going to respond from 3D emotions and energies, or are we going to keep cultivating and birthing ourselves into the 5D with those energies? We get to make the choice. So, sweetie, if you want to come up, we'll say goodbye. If anyone has any comments or any shares that you'd like to, we'd love to hear from you. We all need this. I'm so glad you are here then. The YouTube channel is, at One Love Alignment. And do you have yours?
Or if you go to onelovealignment.com is just the easiest way to
the easiest way to get to this live every Sunday is onelovealignment.com.
Yeah.
If you want to know if you want the replay, it's just at One Love Alignment at YouTube. YouTube at One Love Alignment. All right. And my husband, if you're interested more of his in his astrology, is over here on TikTok is One Love Astrology.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like Astro or One Love Astro right now. Or something like
One
that,
Love Astro. Okay.
Yeah.
And then do you have anything on?
No, not on YouTube yet.
Okay. And Facebook's the same thing. That brought me into greater connection with the Great Mother. Oh, wonderful. Oh, you're welcome, Christine. Thanks, Andrea. Guys, both of us do private work. We do work together, something called the Harmonic Healing Map. If you want an area of your astrology read and put into how it shows up in your chakras, the challenges and stuff, and then I make you a custom sound healing recording layered with just the right frequencies for you from your chart and your chakras to have more lightness, more ease and grace with your life in that area. So it's called the Harmonic Healing Maps. You can find that in my link. Matt does private astrology. I also do private awakened voice sessions. I also have a membership. It's coming up this Thursday, vocal oneness. We meet 2 times. We have a Zoom 2 times a month for people that want to really activate their voice as the superpower it is, for more clarity, for technical use, for spiritual connection. So we've lots of offerings. All of them are in my link. And if you want a reading, it's just a reading from Matt without the sound healing, just DM me. I'll get you in touch. I think that's all the.
Yeah, right.
We got to do it, guys.
Yeah.
We are entrepreneurs, and we're building these things. So we'd love to be of service to you with these things. We love doing these things for you guys. So let us know if you're interested.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyone else have any shares or comments? If not, we can wrap this up today.
You with the Aquarius sun and Leo moon. I don't know how early your sun is in Aquarius, but I'm sure Pluto is either changing some things for you or is going to in the next few years. But
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys have a good night too.
Aye.
Oh, what do I have in store for Gemini?
Oh, well, it's a whole bunch. Were
you here for the earlier part?
Yeah.
You might want to watch
whole month.
Yeah, you might want to watch the replay because over on YT because
Gemini's got some things happening. Uranus has gone in there, and then Mercury will go in, the Sun will go in, and
it'd be a great month for a reading for you, or at least harmonic healing,
especially by the end, before the end of the month, when the Sun is in Gemini, and then the Moon, there's a full moon in Sagittarius. When the Sun is in Gemini and the Moon will be in Sagittarius, will be a strong point for a lot of activity going on in Gemini.
Yeah,
it's coming up. So
come back to this sound healing, sound activation, or do a harmonic healing map. You're welcome, Tori. All right, let's wrap it up.
Okay.
We're just so grateful. We have gratitude for every being that's been here through this event. We're just grateful for the energies at play here. And together we rise, grateful for each fractal of the one love here. All right. We will see you June. June what?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. June. First Sunday. I don't know. I have to look at the calendar.
We'll see you in June. And I guess I'll plug. I'll have my sound healing live tomorrow, 7:15. So another free event. So, okay. Hi guys. Hi. All right. No new comments. All right, guys. Thank you. And the replay will be available, and we'll see you guys next Sunday or next month for this. Let's see. That's the share and the stream. Much love.